In this video, we're going to get started on creating electrical plans in Autodesk Revit for Activity 236, Residential Electrical Systems. With our particular home design, or the demo home that I'm going to use, I'm going to show you kind of the process that we would go through and utilize. Normally, you could go through and have an electrical plan maybe show up on your floor plan. However, sometimes with all the dimensions and everything that show up on the floor plan, all the furniture and everything, it can get a little messy. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this floor plan. So you cannot go through and use multiple you cannot use the same floor plan on multiple sheets for a drawing. So what we have here is when you right click on the finished floor or the first level floor plan, we're going to do duplicate. So if you do duplicate with detailing, it's going to go through and have all the dimensions and everything with it, as well as all the annotations that are there. And if you do duplicate as a dependent, it means anything we make changes to in one, it's going to affect the other. So we just want to choose duplicate. And you're going to see a copy is going to get generated. So I'm going to actually just right click and rename this to be, take out the copy option. So this is the finished floor electrical. So we want to make sure that we know that this is for, if you have multiple levels, you want to note which one that you have, just for clear and consistent communication. So here I'm going to go to the electrical floor plan. You're going to notice that a lot of the detailing, those annotations, dimensions, and everything do not show up on this one. So now the only thing is we do not want to delete things. So like some of your different options or your different furniture, if you delete it in one, it's going to delete it in the other. But some things you may want to go through and take a look at would be to go through and consider, here's another thing that we may have, is that you can always toggle on to see some things like where your beds are. I do have some lights that are already placed in this view. I'll show you how to put those in, and you could go through and do those. And actually for our electrical plan, we'll be kind of using those lights, but we're going to be doing a little bit of annotation. But I'm going to go ahead and toggle this off. There's a few things that I want to go through and work with. One would be going to the visibility graphics, pressing VV on my keyboard. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn off the floors. The floors with the patterning that is being done can kind of get in the way. So you can see like the hardwood floor pattern, we really want that to be nice and clear. The other thing is you're going to see I have some various section views that I've placed in there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the annotation categories and go ahead and turn off sections. And really this looks pretty good. We really want to have a pretty good idea of where the different items are, some of our bedrooms and stuff like that. And we can go through and start looking at creating some of the, putting in the different electrical components. One thing I'm going to start with is I need to locate on the activity where is the electric meter. So the electric meter is on the outside of your home, that little domed kind of disc that is running inside, keeping track of all your electric usage. So this is what a meter reader would come and look at to go through and get some readings. And on the inside we would have a electrical panel which goes through and would be able to turn off power to the residence if we needed to, or shut down specific circuits within the home. So different rooms or anything like that. So typically you want to go through and have that to be concealed somewhere, and somewhere where you're not going to see it. Typically, like here, I've got a utility room here toward the back. Has a washer and dryer, water heater. The utility room, we're going to go through and place that back here. I'm going to go ahead and use component. I've already went through in our Canvas course, we do have some downloads. One of them is an electric meter. So I'm going to go ahead and say load family. I've gone ahead and downloaded that, and you'll want to go through and put that someplace. So in my downloads, I have an electric meter that will be set up right here. So I'm going to go ahead and say open. It's probably going to tell me that it's already there. If not, it will upgrade your model. And it's going to bring the model in, and it looks like I already have it in there, so it didn't automatically pull it up. So here I can search, see if meter's in there. There's my electric meter. All right, so now this is a wall hosted element. So you're going to see that we've got a few things, like for example, we've got elevation from the level, 4 feet. That's pretty common. And offset from the wall, and that's set at 6 inches. So I'm actually going to go ahead and change that to 0, and go ahead and say apply. Now I need to locate this on the outside of my particular building. So when I click, none of the elements are available, and it's because of our cut plane. So it's actually, the meter is actually a little bit too high up on our cut plane. So that's the thing that we may want to go to and take a look at, is maybe when I select my meter, 4 feet from the elevation, let's drop that down to 3 feet. And that looks a little bit better. Let's take a look at it from our floor plan view. Now we're able to see that. So because now we're within the cut plane range. But now there's the meter on the outside. Typically, again, you want the meter goes on the outside, and on the inside, directly on the inside of the wall, we're going to put the electric panel. So I'm going to go to component. This is something that does show up in the Imperial Library. So in order to go through and to do that, so here's my Imperial Library, English Imperial, and in the electrical folder, architectural and electrical power, distribution, electrical panel shows up there. So I can say open. This is something that I probably already have loaded, so I'm going to hit cancel. But if you don't have it loaded, and here I'm going to search for it, panel, electrical panel will be there as well. Let's use power panel. And all I'm going to do is, this is a wall hosted item, and I'll directly on the inside of the electric meter, I'm going to go ahead and place this on the inside. So if we go through and we take a look at our home, our meter's gone through and been placed. If we want to go through and see what that looks like from the inside, let me run a section box here. I'll select this side and cut in. And looks like I need to cut in just a little bit more. Here we go. So here will be our electrical panel on the inside, just that big gray panel inside your house. So again, it's probably hidden in a utility room somewhere. There's the panel, and directly on the other side is the electric meter. So this video concludes how to go through and set up your electrical meter and panel for your electric plan. And in the next video, we're going to be taking a look at specific rooms and just kind of giving a general overview of how to